Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Tuesday. Guys, I tried pumpkin spice for the first time in my life today. And it was really good. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a pumpkin spice, what's it called? Ice cap from Tim Hortons. Highly recommend, by the way. It's incredibly appropriate that Fahid is here, being that he is Canadian. And Tim Hortons is a Canadian company. Tim Hortons buries Starbucks, by the way. Starbucks sells burnt poop. Tim Hortons sells coffee and delicious baked goods that aren't dry and boring like Starbucks. So that's my hot take for the evening. But when I got my food, the chick was like, do you want to add, I don't remember, do you want to add something? Or you can have something in our showcase and it'll actually be cheaper. I was like, surprise me with something from the showcase. She was like, okay. And I smelled it when I was leaving because I wasn't going to eat it yet. She gave me a muffin. I smelled it and I was like, ooh, that smells like zucchini. And I go about my day. I get home, I open up my muffin and I take a bite, and it's also pumpkin spice. And it is so good. It is so deliciously tasty. I fully understand the pumpkin spice maximalism now. And I might be one. I'm going to start wearing Uggs, long sleeve t-shirt, and a puffy black jacket vest, though. I'm going to go full Han Solo. Maybe get a Karen haircut just to maximize the look. I'm fully leaning into it. I got to get my Stanley Cup next. I'm pretty excited. My Karen badge is in the mail. Anyways, guys, crazy pump and dump from Bitcoin. Pretty cool stuff, I'm not going to lie. It's been a long time since we've seen proper volatility, but I'm quite excited. Philly said, yo, seriously, are people moving away from crypto? What do you mean? Oh, probably. Yeah, retail, what's left of retail is definitely leaving, for sure. And I think that's exactly what they want. Philly, you remember going into the bear market. Everyone was still hanging out, you know? It was crappy, and people were moody sometimes, but it really wasn't like this. Honestly, this feels worse than it felt when we were at bear market lows. It genuinely does to me, because there's no people. Everyone is leaving. Genuinely, all the discords are empty. Crypto Twitter is like a wasteland. It's weird. It's very strange. So I think we're going to see a shift when the market picks back up. I'm still of the mindset that 2026 could be a possibility, but I'm willing to accept the fact that that might not be a fact. The Heat said crypto bros were like gold crashed $1 trillion today. It's going all into crypto, LOL. Philly seems, yeah, but this seems different. Everyone says this time is different. Fahid, to answer that scenario, I actually think that could still happen. But last time, when that did happen, because you can look at the historic charts, it took a couple of weeks to a couple of months for the rotation to properly execute. And that might just be a coincidence. That could be a this time is different situation as well. So we'll have to wait and see. There's a million different metrics. I think I'm going to record a actual video called JJ's Copium Corner, where we go through the bullish case for crypto. And then after that, the follow-up to that is going to be JJ's Catastrophe Corner or something, where we go through the bearish case. So we're going to look at both sides separately, and then it'll be up to you to decide which video you prefer. All right, let's get into it, guys. I left the old liquidation points on here because I thought it was interesting. We were right here yesterday, and Bitcoin went boop, liquidated a couple of bulls, and then boop, liquidated all the bears, and then boop, liquidated some more bulls. It's going to continue to do this. So instead of this long drawn out thing, it just went bam within, what, 8-12 hours? That's crazy. Fahid said we only got 3 things we can hope for: an end to the shutdown, rate cut, and tariff cuts in Asia. That's all. Otherwise, we go bear. I don't know if otherwise we go bear, but I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying for sure. It's definitely, it's looking sketch for sure. It is definitely looking sketch. But again, until Bitcoin gets a weekly close underneath that 50-week moving average, I'm still just going to chill. Volume increase with this insane move. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and change these bad boys up. See where they're supposed to be. Oops. I'm excited I got home on time. I thought I wasn't going to make it. I'm not going to lie. I may have gotten all of the news segment bookmarks from X done on my phone while I was driving. Okay, we got a low cloud 107,871. And then at the bottom of that, we've got, I guess I'll go right here, 106,485. And then up top, we've got a couple interesting things. I'm going to do 4 for up top. 111,536. We've got 112,626. And then the cloud up top, we've got 113,715. And then the very tippy top of that is, I guess I'll go all the way up here, I suppose. No, I'll go right here. 115,696. Okay, so that's that. Fahid said, yep, I read that. Chewy said we pump and dump back to the same price. It is pretty funny, isn't it? Bitcoin has been the same price since July. Actually since May. Wow. So we came into this 110 area in May and have maintained that since May. We went bam and then just continued to chop. And the median right here is just the same price over and over again. Interesting. Interesting. It's that 110, man. Bitcoin likes it. It's a little magnet. We've got 20 minutes remaining until the Bitcoin Daily Close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. All right, let's move forward. Yeah, we got a little pump and up out of Bitcoin. Just been interesting to watch for sure. It tried that old all-time high and failed. That's my excuse for what just happened. What's nice though is we are riding this moving average up, which is awesome. Our momentum wave has a red dot, so we could see some downside out of that. Besides what the current candle might be that downside. What if I said, I always got to pump the likes. Yeah, make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. There's very few of you left, so the more likes, the better. ETH is down Bitcoin, by the way, down 1.37% of the day. Bitcoin dominance, still struggling for 60, which is awesome. It is in this uptrend again, which is bullish because this will eventually break down. Chewy said, good game last week, Waterfly. So if we continue to fail 60, that would be our best case scenario. I like the wick up top here, and I'm not a fan of this wick. It's kind of canceling out the wick up top. So we'll see if we get it crash down. Hopefully, eventually we do. I'm sure we will, but it might take some time. ETH is down 2.31% on the day. Also, pump and dump got above 4K. Went below 4K. Found support around 38. Above 4K again. Below 4K. Finding support, hopefully around 38 again. Same story, different day. Over and over again. Round and round we go. Sol is down 1.28% on the day. I guess for ETH, let's see 38, 39 hold. If it breaks below, then we'll look for 37. Sol is down 1.3% on the day. Also, trying to make a run for 200. Couldn't even quite get above 190, to be honest. Seems to be struggling with that number. We're sitting at 187.16 right now. Let's watch 184 hold. If that doesn't happen, then maybe we come down to the yellow trend line. Otherwise, we do got kind of a, what do we got here? I suppose this is like a impromptu support. Philly said, JJ, love you too, buddy. Did I say I love you? I love you, Philly. He'd said if we start the bear, it was the worst cycle ever. I agree. If we start the bear market right now, I don't think altcoins will ever recover. I really don't. Because why would you buy it? Why would you buy an altcoin? It's going to go up 3x. Bitcoin goes up 3x. You know what I mean? Stocks go up more than 3x. This was all a ploy. Satoshi Nakamoto is like, his name is New York Stock Exchange or something. That's his actual real life name. He created crypto to show everyone that they shouldn't invest into anything other than the stock market. Chewy said, it's already the worst, Fahid. Philly said, JJ, you thanked us for staying around? Yeah, but I didn't say I love you. You said I love you too, buddy. I do love you, but it's unprompted. Unprompted. How dare you show me affection, Philly? Disgusting. What do you think this is? Yeah, this I'm gonna agree with Chewy and Fahid. This has been pretty trash alt or bull market. It's been pretty lame. It's great for Bitcoin, but again, even Bitcoin from like if you bought last cycle's peak, you're up 2x. Big whoop. Big whoop. So, anyways, yeah, Sol, if we break 184, we'll look for this what is that, 177 level. We'll see if that comes into play. Total 3 is down 1.85%. We are losing 1 trillion again, which is not that great. We talked about this. Interestingly enough as well, I did move the fractal again, and the moved fractal does call for a little boop, and then a secondary boop, and then a third boop, and then a fourth boop, and then a continuation. So once we get the boops out of the way, then we might be able to continue to the upside. Billy said, okay, JJ, I'll start calling you Major Homo, sir. It's Lord Commander Homo. Completely different. God, I hate it when the coaster gets stuck on the bottom of the drink. Can I drink this? Is it too hot? Place your bets now. Cheers. It's way too hot. I already know. I'm going to try it. Oh, it actually wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Cheers, guys. Happy Tuesday. I almost said Monday. It feels like a Monday. We're getting pretty dicey here, which is interesting. Should I open up a short, see if we reverse? I'm going to do it. This is experimental. Short open now. If my short prints, then we might be bearish. If I lose out on my short, then they did that to trap me, and I'm a victim. Chewy said the fractal's no good if you have to move it every day. That's the point, though. We move it until it's good. The joke with this one is that there's only like 2 or 3 candles that are relevant, and then when they become irrelevant, we move it again so that it's relevant. It's fine. What if I said it's almost Wednesday? Wednesday's my favorite day of the week. I don't know why. I don't know why. Anyways, yeah, we closed below 1 trillion. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, we'll need a higher time frame close in order for that to be really dicey, but we do want to get above. Maybe we're setting up an inverse head and shoulder. That would be kind of exciting. The neckline would be kind of funky, though. But our target could get us above 1.07, which we do seem to be struggling with. So we'll keep an eye out on that. ADA, currently down 3.11% on the day. It's been dancing around the 60 level, 63-ish. We lose that, look for 60. We lose 60, we're going down to 50. Not financial advice. What's going on, Overton? SNEK is down 9% on the day. A lot of selling pressure on SNEK for some reason. We lost 30. Unfortunately, it might get a little spicy here for SNEK. We got rejection at 35, break below 30, bounce at 26, rejection at 30, and we're about to break, or I'm sorry, 27. We're about to break below 27, so I don't know what to tell you guys. They're really, the market maker is trying to shake us out, you know. The price is going down on the R side goes up, so there is a bullish stiv for a potential short-term reversal, but with that bullish dip, the trend is still down, and the RSI trend would still be up. So it's not that great, honestly. We'll keep an eye on it, though. Tom Selleck Scout said, Gal will turn anything into a fractal. What if I said rather own ADA over SNEK? Apparently so today. Today's the first day that that seems to be the case, but I'm not that guy. You're asking the wrong person, Waterfly. XRP. Also looks like it's setting up that inverse head and shoulder thing. We'll see what happens. It seems to be holding up quite well. So we got rejected at 250 twice now. Are we going to lose 240? If we do, we got a lot of points of confluence. There's been a lot of price action here. So if we lose 240, then look for 234. 234 would be that same level as that left shoulder. So if we are establishing a right shoulder, we could go all the way down to 228 and still feel comfortable with that right shoulder. If we lose 228, then it's probably not an inverse head and shoulders. Chewy said somebody's gobbling all the SNEK up. Tom Silkscoat said my foreign exchange student from China just got here. His name is Wen Moon. Nice. Mr. Roberts said Waterfly, JJ General, not Tuggers. Hello all. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Chewy Goat. Chewy said Mr. Roberts too. What if I said Mr.? Mr. Roberts said Fahid. Chewy said yo. Tom Silkscoat said Fist. I like the idea of all of you guys just saying each other's names for like 4 minutes. Fahid said, hey, Roberts. All right. So XRP. Last ditch effort for that inverse head and shoulders. We'll look for 234. Hopefully 240 holds though. HBAR is down 2.97%, 3% on the day. Currently trading at 17.032. We've rejected 1783 several times. Got above it for a hot second, but also rejected 18207. Our midpoint, we're kind of right below our midpoint, so let's see if we get a bounce off 1644 if we get that low. That would be our inverse head and shoulder zone for that as well. I don't know what I just drew. I did not draw what I meant to draw. We'll see what happens. SWE is down 3.42% on the day, currently trading at 248.66. We are losing 250. If we lose 250, then we'll look for a price of 223. I don't know why my brain is expecting a bounce. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. This is a very interesting day. We haven't seen anything like this in quite some time. Not a straight up, straight down, pump and dump liquidation situation. It's, I don't know. It's quite a sight for me. Chewy said I'm drinking fake root beer. What the hell's fake root beer? So yeah, for SWE, if we do lose 250 with conviction, because we got a little fake out before, and that would mimic that shoulder. So if we do lose it though, look for either a midpoint bounce around 235 or a touch of 223 next. Ondo currently down 3.87% on the day, losing 72.72. For Ondo, we've been consistently touching 67.31. We've got 1, 2, kind of fully expect a third touch. So we'll see what comes of that. RSI got a bearish cross over the moving average. And you got a red dot on your momentum wave. Point to the downside. Top stock still said gold down 6%, should roll into crypto. That is true. However, in the past, it has taken minimum a couple of weeks for that rotation to occur. So we're gonna be squirming for a minute. Guys, I listened to George today on the way home for the first time in forever. And he was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, he was pretty funny today. I was kind of cracking up. Arrow got a little double top rejection at 85.99 right here. Can't quite seem to break that. We lost 84.03 and 80.34, which I think is kind of a midpoint. So let's see if we go all the way down to 76.03, or maybe we get another wick just like this guy. Keep an eye on it. We did get a bearish cross of the moving average on the RSI. The volume was kind of impressive on that green candle. And we got a red dot on our momentum wave pointing to the downside. Pinlink is down 8.62% on the day. Pinlink just can't seem to care about anything. It is currently sitting at 24.16. If we close here, which is below 25, I don't know. It might go down. It might rebound pretty quick. This might be a little fake out to get people to open up shorts or be a little bearish. It's not looking good for Pinlink. It is not looking good. Billy said, how can we expect legitimate growth if the whales keep manipulating shit? I don't know if that's what's happening. I think at this point it's just retail selling like a bunch of weenies. I did close my short because it did print. So I made like $2, which I'm pretty excited about. Woo! It's my most successful trade that I've had in like a week. So yeah, let's see if Pinlink can close above 25. I doubt it. If it closes down here, let's see if it gets above 25 immediately afterwards. Otherwise, it's looking pretty dicey. We got a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI and a red dot on the momentum wave, which is oversold. It's been incredibly oversold this entire time. So if it does rebound, it should be relatively strong. But we'll see what happens. Render's down 3.67% on the day, currently trading at 247. Rejecting 260 for the second time. Are we going to come all the way back down to our midpoint here at 230? Probably. We shall see. We got a bearish cross of the moving average on the RSI and a red dot on our momentum wave, signaling further downside. Volume looks relatively decent over here compared to way the heck back here. So that's good. Volume improving as the price moves away from October 10th. That's what we want to see. Mr. Roberts said I have the 0 beers sometimes. Not so bad. No, I don't drink too often. I'm a mixed drink guy if I do. However, my beer preference rotates between Blue Moon and Budweiser. I'm not a Bud Light guy. Stellar is down 2.96% on the day. Having trouble getting above 33. Broke below 32.13. Current candle's down 3.64. Daily, we're down 2.93. I guess we've been finding support, it seems, at 31. Or at least we bounced off of 29.47 down here and found support at 31 this one time. So I guess finding is a little bit pushing it. So we'll see if we get a reaction at 31. If we do continue to break down, I would love to see a bounce here. But we got a bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI, red dot on the momentum wave, signaling for the downside. So let's see where she takes us. Our midpoint, probably 30.8. So if, what is this? If 31 fails, then look for 30.8. What if I said Blue Moon to Bud? Yep, he's gay. Is that gay? I never said I, like, drink them both at the same time. All right. Polkadot's down 2.59% on the day, currently trading at 3.00. Well, it was at 4, now it's at 7. We are getting a little baby rebound, it seems, out of these crazy bearish engulfing candles. I like the volume. Bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI, red dot on the momentum wave. $3 should be a nice psychological support, but it is Polkadot. We are in a very small, perhaps newborn is the right word, uptrend. Volume kind of fell off right here, which you can totally see in the chart. Right here, we got increased volume, which is great. That's what we want to see. It's not nearly as good as it was back here, but that's okay. People bought the dip back here. Yeah, let's see if we get a reaction off of this trend line. I kind of like the trend line. Bitcoin is down 2.49% on the day. Should have support at 36.26. Otherwise, if we break that, then we're looking for whatever this is. Actually, it's a midpoint. It's a midpoint between 29 and 36. It's looking like 32.8, 32.6. Chewy said, no waterfly. I pictured Chewy spraying waterfly with a bottle. No waterfly. No. God, I don't know why my hands hurt today. Because I've been diamond handing, trying to carry our bags up the mountain. Because everyone else keeps selling, so my bags are getting really heavy. Bunch of weenies. So yeah, let's see if Bitcoin reacts off of 36.26. It looks relatively decent for now. Bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI. But again, when I keep saying that, we do need to observe the fact that it's doing pretty much what Bitcoin is doing, where it's dancing around that moving average, which could just carry it to the upside. Chewy said, trying to drink healthy root beer flavored water. I guess I've never really had a problem with unhealthy drinks. If I drink pop, it's like a Pepsi at the job site, and then whatever I have on stream is left over from the job site. But I've only ever had one Pepsi. And then I drink my tea and my branched chain amino acids. Maybe I do drink. I have too much of a variety. Christmas Villager said, what's up, everyone? What's going on, Christmas Villager? Is it time for you to emerge? Are they putting your decorations up in the store yet? What if I said, which one of 5 black shirts today, JJ? It is the slightly off black Thor shirt. This is my lucky Thor shirt. This is my favorite shirt that I have right now. I don't know why. I think it's because the colors kind of remind me of Superman ice cream, which is a Michigan specific ice cream. Plus the shirt just looks sick. It's old. It's so old that it's not even black anymore. It's like this gray. It's not sun bleached because I won't wear it outside because I'm scared that it's going to get sun bleached because all of my other really cool shirts got sun bleached. I have 3 of the same Star Wars shirt. I think I've worn one of them on stream before. But all of them are sun bleached because I wore them so much. And I'm devastated. And they were really cool Star Wars shirts. Tom Salkscoat said, don't fruit the beer. Real men drink IPAs. I'm not a craft beer guy. I don't have a problem with craft beer guys. But I don't know if I became good friends with them, like a craft beer guy, and they're like, hey man, we're going down to the brewery to try some new craft beers. I'd be like, ew. You want to go to the hole in the wall bar and shoot some pool? That's my preference. Bitcoin black shirt report of the day. I've been thinking about doing a segment. I can't remember what it was. Cass is down 5.71% on the day. Did I go over 5 point? Yeah. Cass, if Cast doesn't hold 5178. I mean, it's probably not going to do anything. This 5 was my last ditch effort. I'm glad we're back above it. I would want to stay above the actual like 0.05 cent hand hurting overjacking. Would that be your hand though? Do you squeeze that much? That seems overly aggressive, really. Mr. Roberts said sweet shirt. That was an accident, but it worked. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Chewy said, how much food has been spilled on that shirt over the last 20 years? None actually. My food goes on my beard, Chewy. That's why I have a beard. Okay, so Cass, yeah, let's see if it holds 5 if it loses this 5178 level. Avalanche down 4.03% on the day, seemingly losing our 1982 support. We've rejected 2078 so many times, and we lost 20, so it's going to get a little spicy here. Let's see if 19 holds. We got less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys get your guesses ready. We go down to the 1 minute time frame. Bitcoin 108, 448 even, 34 seconds remaining on the clock. Nobody won yesterday's daily close contest. I think that's like the second or third nobody win because you guys were too bullish again. Man, I don't know if I like hit my knuckle or something. Something happened. Ladies and gentlemen, 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Chance for you to win up to $300 every single day, courtesy of Mr. Tyler and Mr. Roberts. Very generous of them. They have matched the prize. It was originally $100 for the max prize. Now it is $300. To win the $300 prize, you do have to guess what you think the Bitcoin daily close price is going to be. You have a 5-minute window from what I just said to submit your guesses to 7:55 p.m. That is a hard cutoff. First come, first serve. It is closest without going over. So the second your guess is over the daily close price, it is void. If you nail all 8 digits, then you win the $300. If you only nail 6, then you win $20. If you don't nail any of them, but you are closest without going over, you win bragging rights and a lovely photo of some food. Chewy coming in with a guess. It is specific to the Binance USDT chart, by the way. Chewy 108777. Tom Selleck Scout 108420. Chewy said, Mr. Roberts, I bet you are good at pocket pool. Mr. Roberts said, I'm still good at pocket pool. JShear 2.0 said, sup family, what's going on, JShear 2.0? Chewy said, aha. JShear 2.0 submitting a guess. 108596. He said, yo, sup, Roberts? Mr. Roberts said, Jay. Cheers, guys. Happy Tuesday. Don't forget to smash the like button. I'm experiencing possibly arthritic pain in my joints, which is very trippy. Manny Vera coming in with a guess. 108650. Excuse me while I take another bite of my pumpkin spice muffin. It is really good. I genuinely recommend. It also comes with a little bit of jizz in the middle. See? The jizz tastes even better than the muffin. Do we have any other guesses for the daily close contest? Bitcoin currently trading at 108, 431.85. We've got 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining on the clock. I don't remember what question I asked. I'm going to ask another question today. All right. If you will avert your attention to the poll in the chat, do you think the bull market is over or extending into 2026? You guys got 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Currently, we have got 4 entries. We got room for 9 more. Your options in the poll are yes, it's over, dude, pack it up, or no, it's extending into 2026, bruh. We need to poll the masses. I also just recently asked if you guys think Bitcoin's topped. And the consensus was no. It was an overwhelming no. And then gold, you guys think is going to like either 5K or 7.5K. I think only 2 people yesterday voted that it was topped. You guys got 26 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Tom Selk Scout said, what about it's not over but not extending to 2026? That's not an option. It's either over or going to 2026, Tom. Cheers. I got that pumpkin spice in me today. I'm a little pumpkin spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thank you for guessing. Ooh, Waterfly 107,860. I'll take it. 107,860. Gotcha. Billy said arthritic and joint pain. Welcome to my world, man. Oh, I'm totally screwed. Mr. Roberts 108, $50 over the top guess. What? 108 and $50 over the top guess? So you want 108, I guess I got to do that math. 108, 777 plus 50. 108, 827. Gotcha. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get these bad boys up on the board. Thank you for participating. Sorted and ready. Mr. Roberts, 108. 108, 827. And then we've got Chewy with 108, 777. How's the house, Chewy? You need a house update. The people demand it. 108, 650. Manny Vera. We've got 108, 596 for J Shear 2.0. Oh, geez, that's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. What is it? 108, 596. Then we've got, how many people have seen the movie Big Fish? 108, 420. Such a good movie. For Mr. Tom Selleck. And then last but not least, got Waterfly with a guess of 108 or 107, 860. Very cool. Waterfly currently holding the lead with his guess of 107, 860. Bitcoin current price 108, 312 and 108, 302 pennies. Let's see. Manny Vera said selling everything in December. John said kind of effed up day today for crypto. Is this a bad close for Bitcoin? No, this is a great close for Bitcoin, actually. 108. Bad close for Bitcoin, I think, would be around like 100 or 90, 99, 98. Waterfly, never heard of that movie? Really? No way. It's a Tim Burton movie. It's live action, so you don't got to worry about any animation craziness, but it's such a good story. It's basically this dude is telling his son the story of his life. And it tells the dude's whole like story, and it's so cool, just the way that it's depicted. Like the way your grandfather would tell you these fantastical things that happen in his life. It's literally that put to film, and it's such a good movie. Highly recommend, 100%. It's like an alternative. I don't know why I feel this way. Other people are probably gonna say I'm crazy and stupid and full of crap. In my brain, it is like an alternative Forrest Gump. In the same feeling, same vein. I don't know why. It's so good. That's a super old movie. It's like early 2000s. I guess that is like 25 years. Jesus. All right, guys. Bitcoin currently trading at 108,447 and 70 cents. We got 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Tom Selleck currently in the lead. The new leader. Mr. Robert said, "Hey, Waters, good to see you join in, bro. Good stuff." Yeah, Waterfly, highly recommend Big Fish. Whatever way you can watch it, you got to check it out. It is such a good movie. 108, 413, and 95 cents. You got 60 seconds remaining on the clock. This is the candle that will determine the fate of the winner. Tom Selleck said, "Bro, that's super old." I don't think so, man. I think anything after like 2005 is fine. Well, shoot, it probably came out before then. It came out in 2003. All right, Tom Selleck's goat. No longer in the lead. Waterfly holding his lead. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Current Bitcoin price 108,309 and 2 cents. Waterfly saving the day. Otherwise, no one would have won today either, unless we get a big fat green candle pump episode, which is incredibly possible. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. 108,307 and 55 cents. Waterfly still holding his lead. But wait, Bitcoin is wicking to the upside. What's this? What's this? Oh my gosh, it's going. It's not really doing anything. 3 seconds remaining. 2, 1. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin daily close price 108,297 and 67 cents. 108,297.67. 108,297.67. Congratulations, Waterfly, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. It's been quite a while since somebody has won, because everyone's been way too bullish. Waterfly is the winner today, with a guess of 107,860 even. Congratulations, Waterfly, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Winner, winner. We'll see what the prize is. It's not chicken, I'll tell you that. All right, let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. Whew, what a close. What a crazy day for Bitcoin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after rejecting the old all-time high, Bitcoin is chilling at 108,237, which is totally fine, totally fine. We are still holding our mean, which is very interesting. We got kind of like an ascending, broadening wedge situation going on here. I'm not sure what that means. All right, Mr. Waterfly, add you to the winner's Google Doc. About damn time. Got a little bit of heartburn going on. And let me go press your button. Yay! Very cool. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Chat requires banana spam. Oh, jeez, what have I done? All right, congratulations, Waterfly. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 107,860 even and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 108,297 and 67 cents on October 21st, 2025. Mr. Waterfly's prize is a 3 Musketeers bar. Congratulations, Waterfly, on your victory. Feel free to slice this bad boy up. You can rip it apart. You can pinch it apart. You can carve the chocolate off, eat the nougat, and give the chocolate to whomever you please. Your friends, your family, your peers, your employer, maybe somebody's company that you invested in. You can give some to them. Whatever you do, you're legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. Very cool. Guys, Bitcoin turning green here. What's it going to be? We getting a little pumpy after that dumpy? Maybe. Maybe. Are we going to get a nice DCA opportunity? All right. Waterfly said, yum, slice, and share. All right. Divvy it up, folks. Anybody got a knife? Jay Shear said, nice. Good to see you, one Waterfly. Mr. Robert said, drum, drum. That's that's the intro to Law and Order. Waterfly. Bum, bum. All right. Let's get back to it. Where were we at? Avalanche. Avalanche, everything looks good right now. Chainlink, if the fractal, which has been following quite tremendously. You guys laugh at my fractal. BKK, the God said, Pumpy, please. Yeah, I'm hoping so too, man. You guys laugh and meme on my fractals, but look at this. Look at it. This is a beautiful fractal, and it had this monstrous, angry, like crazy downside, and we literally got that. My stupid Chainlink fractal called the October 10th liquidation event, the largest crypto liquidation event in history. Maybe I knew something. Maybe I knew something. Maybe, maybe all of the bad guys tell me all of their crazy plans because they know that I'm going to forget because I have a goldfish memory. I'm just saying. That Pulse player wants to take a look at Ray. Uno, momento, por favor. Chainlink held above 1750, which is awesome. Can we get a reaction off of that, or is it doomed to play out perfectly with the fractal, which would call for a pull down to 1583, a bounce, unsustainable ride above 1750, another bounce to our midpoint right here at about 1651, 1655, I don't know, and then a continuation of the upside. Hopefully we just hold above 1750. Blind squirrel gets a nut every once in a while. This is a big nut. This is a big nut, my friend. Okay, I gotta take some Pepsid. I'm dying over here. It's that damn pumpkin spice. Okay. So yeah, let's hold 1750. If we do break below, I would like to see our midpoint like 1670 hold. And that'll possibly create a right shoulder for an inverse head and shoulder situation, which would give us a potential upside target, not financial advice, of around 2167, let's just call it 21. And we'll see if we can get some bullish momentum out of this bad boy. We did get a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI and a red dot on our momentum wave on Market Cipher. So downside is possible, is in play. Doge is up 0.34 since the daily close, seemingly rejecting 20.5 cents. Currently sitting at 19.49. I did accidentally just say shitting, so forgive me. It looks like 20 is our midpoint in between 17.90 and 22. So we cannot seem to get above it, which is interesting. We got 2 rejections so far. Are we going to go for a third? The point that we're bouncing right now doesn't really seem relevant. What is it, 19.5? 19... What even is that? 19.4? I don't know. It just seems random. Doge seems like it's trying to claw its way up, which is good. That's a good thing. That's what we want to see. Are we going to get some kind of funky inverse head and shoulder this way? That's possible. See how it plays out. So far, bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI. Red dot on our momentum wave volume. Looks better than it looked over the weekend. The weekend volume was so bad on all of these coins. Started to pick up a little bit on Sunday. Or, I'm sorry, that was Monday. So yeah, no, Saturday, Sunday was the worst. Monday, Tuesday, it's getting better. Hopefully this continues to increase regardless of what the price is doing. If the volume is increasing, that's a good thing. Because then eventually, if the price does turn around, then we'll have the volume required to gain some upwards momentum. But we'll see if Doge comes down for another touch of 17.9. It does seem to like that zone. We've got 2 touches already. A third is definitely a possibility. Something to keep in mind. NEAR is up 0.27 since the daily close. We've got a double rejection at 234. 1, 2. Ooh.
10 bones to the crypto gods. Lol. Can my voice still say the balls and drick? Balls and drick.
I always forget to turn off my mic. That was really good. That was a good one. Thank you very much, Mr. Roberts. Appreciate you, my friend, for the 10 bones to the crypto gods. I will make sure they get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. This actually looks like a face. NEAR. Double rejection at 234. And we got back below our purple trend line, but we are holding above 221, which is interesting. Can we get back above the purple trend line? Or are we just dancing, you know, slowly grinding our way up? Are we chopping the upside? You know what I mean? This is the best way to get everybody out of the market, is to just do this slow choppy thing, because then everyone's bored and they just leave. When people are bored, they leave. You're bored at a party, you're not like, oh, I'm going to stick around this party and wait for something crazy to happen. You probably leave because it's boring. Nobody likes to be bored. And maybe today's society is the reason why we're so intolerant of boredom. Maybe that's a requirement. But anyways, I digress. We did get a bearish crossover the moving average on the RSI. We are, again though, perhaps riding this moving average to the upside. Because it does look like we're getting a little curl up right here. So we'll see if that crosses back bullish. Mr. Barber said, it wouldn't let me type dick. Oh, interesting. It let you type it before though, didn't it? That must be a YouTube thing. Very interesting. So it does look like we're getting a little push up. Let's get back above that purple trend line. Pengu is up 0.39 since the daily close. We did get bearish engulfing though. We failed to cross above 22.58. Tom Saltzcoat said, been bored for 3 years and I'm still here. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I wasn't bored up until this year. I would say this year has been incredibly boring in crypto. In crypto land, somehow make it entertaining, but there's something about it, man. I'm not a patient guy. And I think my long-term patience is also wearing thin. I heard that George today was talking about like retiring from YouTube. He's like, this is a hard job sitting up here every day telling you guys that it's going to be okay. I don't think I'm going to be doing it for much longer. And I was like, whoa. It was so crazy. Mr. Roberts said, no, if I pay, it doesn't let me. But if I just type that in the chat, I can. Interesting. Oh. Maybe it's, I don't know, actually. That's a good, shouldn't it be the opposite? You should be able to say whatever the hell you want if you're paying. I don't know. Anyways, I appreciate you, Mr. Roberts. Pengu rejected 22.58 again, second time, just like everything else. Can we get a rebound here? The next level is 16.98, and our previous bounce was off of this yellow trend line. So I suppose I would look for another touch of that. We got 1, 2, it's probably going to go 3, and then hopefully we can get a monstrous rally off of that. Little 3 hits to the downside scenario. RSI got a bearish cross over the moving average. Nothing too bearish, though. You know, we could cross bullish any second. And then we did get a red dot on a momentum wave. But the momentum wave is very much just kind of squeezed right in the middle right now. So that can go either direction too. Silver down 2 on the day, continuing its downtrend. Currently sitting at 47.66. What's crazy? This is a great example, actually. It shows you how fast things drop after they topped. And I'm not saying silver has topped. This could just be a short-term correction, but it is dropping very, very fast. We've got a slow grind up. It took forever to get up here. This right here, this alone, going from 47.58 up to 54 from the first time it touched it, took 16 days. And then this drop right here, to get back down to there, only took 4. So 25%. 75% of the time, you are in an uptrend. The other 25%, you're in a downtrend, which actually lines up with the math. I'm pretty sure the bull market is 3 years. Bear market's 1. That's a 4-year cycle. It's kind of crazy to think about. I will say silver is incredibly oversold on the 4-hour time frame. What's it look like on the daily? Daily, not quite. Daily it's at 50 though. So we could see a rebound potentially out of that. Let's go check on gold really quick. I know a lot of people are kind of losing their tits on gold. Big fat downside on gold. I was looking for it to retrace down to 41.50. We're currently sitting at 4K. Can we get a bounce? Nice psychological level. Entering oversold on the 4-hour time frame. The bullish div broke. Interesting. Whoa. It's still going down. Is 4K gonna hold? I suppose this 4-hour candle could wake up, and that would solidify that bullish div if we got a reversal, in which case that would be really good for the price longer term. A lot of red dots. Look at the cloud. Look at this cloud right here. It's way up this whole time. Right here, it's a nice mixed bag. Right here, it just got incredibly spiced up all on the upper half of that chart. See it? What a mess. So yeah, we'll see if gold gets anything going on here. You can see where it started. Dang. Sorry, JJ, if I misunderstood your comment on it. What did you say? You said if I pay. Yep. Tom Salkscott said George retiring would be signal blast off coming. Mr. Robert said if anyone is wondering what JJ and I are talking about, the dick comment through a pay avenue is censored. Typing in chat is free. Think about that. Oh no, yeah, no, you got it, Mr. Roberts. That's exactly what I was saying. If you're paying, you should be able to say whatever you want. So the censorship should be null and void. If you're in regular chat, maybe they censor some words, but if you want to say something silly, then you got to pay. That's like an incentive to pay. You know what I mean? Maybe they just... You know what? Actually, there might be a lawsuit in there. Does YouTube think that swearing constitutes a lower class of person? What's up with that? Oh, I can swear all I want if I'm poor, but if I have to pay, if I pay, then I can't swear? That's kind of weird. Well, people who have money tend to swear less. I don't think so. I think it's the actual opposite, but I'm just saying. Could be a little woke money in there for us. Tom Salkscott said, selling all my gold Monday morning to buy back lower was a good idea. Ooh, is that what you did, you disgusting sicko? That's delicious. Cheers, guys. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday is my least favorite day of the week, but my Tuesday was quite enjoyable, I will say. I thoroughly enjoyed my Tuesday. Billy said, oh, good God, everyone swears. Billy, you're not invited to the lawsuit. It's going to be class action, and on the class action, it's going to say, Billy Driver excluded. Okay. Anyways, guys, look at that. It's already bouncing off of 4K. Whew, beautiful. Let's get this bad boy back above that yellow line. DXY. Ooh, DXY getting a little rebound. Interesting. MicroStrategy up 1.79% on the day. It's struggling to get above 300 again, but it looks decent for the day. Currently sitting at 296. NASDAQ also looking really good. S&P also looking really good. It's going to pump tomorrow, man. Bitcoin dominance 59.69. Nice. Hopefully this thing just slingshots to the downside. And Bitcoin 0.11. Congratulations, Waterfly, once again on your victory. Feel free to do whatever the hell you want. Enjoy your Three Musketeers bar. Billy said, I'm not invited. Eat us. Oh, I legit was going to say eat a signal because Tom Selleck's message popped up and like got in the way of my eyes. Is that crazy? Tom Selleck's said, told you last week I was selling on Monday. Once I saw those mofos lined up outside of stores to buy gold, I was like, top signal. Dude, for real. Those videos were crazy. I was like, ooh, I was legit thinking about buying stuff. And I'm like, no, because that's like, why would I want to buy? That is the top signal. Me wanting to buy. And then all these people are lining up like, oh, okay, it might seem kind of like a top signal. Mr. R said, well done, goat. Nice catch. Hell yeah. Here at JJ's Crypto Corner, everyone's a winner. Okay, news segment, guys. Bitcoin looks relatively decent. The creepy siren just went off outside, so I might get sucked up into a tornado. But until then, Coinbase acquired a crypto investing platform called Echo for $375 million. Very cool. Mr. Robert said there was a fella at work with me that sold yesterday too. Damn. Tether CEO Paolo Arduino says USDT has reached 500 million users. Should we short silver is the question. I'm thinking about it. I thought about it. I was like, ooh, that'd be kind of fun. Federal Reserve looks into payment accounts that would grant crypto and fintech companies access to Fed payment rails. Very cool. What does Fed payment rails entail? What is like what? Why would I want to use Fed payment rails? Riddle me that. I'm going to close the poll right now because 69% of you guys said no, the cycle is not over. It is extending into 2026. I'm going to screenshot that and share that because 69, nice. We polled the masses out of a whole 13 votes. Do we have 13 likes on the channel? Excuse me. Very cool. I appreciate you guys. What if I said, can you slice and share Three Musketeers before tornado gets you? That's actually sounds like a viral video. Federal Reserve. Yep, I read that. $150 million worth of crypto shorts liquidated in the past 60 minutes. That was 9 hours ago. Get wrecked. And then they wrecked us right at the same direction, which is kind of hilarious. Gold fell 6.3%, largest single day drop since April 2013. Binance's CZ said Bitcoin is better than gold. That's pretty funny. Amazon plans to replace 600,000 U.S. workers with robots. This is crazy to me. I'm sorry. I feel like a little bit of a dictator when I say these things, but regulators should probably stop this from happening so fast. Otherwise, they're going to have to implement universal basic income. 600,000 jobs is crazy. They're like, well, we're just going to F these people over and put robots in their place. Forgive me for saying Amazon makes enough money. They should probably just be required to have a certain quantity of employees. Am I wrong? Once you reach the too big to fail level, you should be required to have a certain quantity of employees. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. I apologize. I don't really give a shit. OpenAI to launch its own browser, ChatGPT Atlas. I wish that their names and logo weren't so buttholey. I don't know. It's ugly to me. President Trump says his scheduled meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping might not happen. I'm not sure why. President Trump says tariffs can be used to pay U.S. debt. Very cool. Someone check on Peter Schiff. This cracked me up. I thought that was good stuff. Someone check on Peter Schiff. Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller says cryptocurrency is woven into the fabric of the payment and financial system. Hell yeah. Christopher Waller knows what the hell's up. President Trump says gas currency. I'm sorry. That's pretty funny. That was like a really funny accidental slip. I like the hookah on the Resolute desk right there. President Trump says gas, grocery, and energy prices are way down. That's because the dollar value has decreased. We have a real stiff at the Federal Reserve. I can't help with that, but he's leaving soon. Cool. My gas price has not dropped locally. I have to drive like at least 20 to 30 minutes south in order to get the cheaper gas. It's still not that cheap though. It's like 25-cent difference. President Trump says higher tariffs on China won't be sustainable for them. 1.75 trillion wiped out from gold's market cap today. Damn, that's a lot of money. George actually did a little statistic today, which I thought was really interesting. If 5%, I think it was like 3 to 5% of gold's market cap went into Bitcoin, Bitcoin's price would double. I was like, whoa, that's huge. That's actually insane. So just think about that, man. Think about that. Marty Party posted over 90 crypto ETFs are waiting for approval in the US by the end of 2025. Let's freaking go. That's pretty sick. That is pretty sick, actually. Solana has 10. XRP has 9. ETH has 6. Nope, ETH has 5. I'm sorry. Doge has 4. BNB has 4. Litecoin has 3. HBAR has 2. ADA has 2. Sui has 2. Link has 2. Trump has 2. Bonk has 2. Avalanche, the rest have 1. Avalanche, Dot, Tron, C. Injective. Axel. Aptos, Pengu, Near, Ondo, Litecoin, and Melania. The Pengu ETF kind of cracks me up. Can we get a Fartcoin ETF? Tom Selkscoat said Trump meeting with Xi may not happen, so Barron can buy another yacht on shorts, right? I'm wondering if they're saying that because they're going to work out a trade deal prior? Because the meeting was like next month or something, which is crazy. A month is crazy. Whale clips. 11 hours ago, SpaceX moved their $250 million worth of Bitcoin to 2 new wallets. I thought that was kind of interesting. Stablecoin met 5 minutes ago. This was 4 hours ago. So 4 hours and 5 minutes ago. Tether issued another 1 billion USDT. Very cool. I love that they can just print money. U.S. government shutdown update. We got a big one. Next scheduled vote. The Senate is expected to hold its 12th cloture vote on the House CR this week, likely October 22nd or 23rd. 2025, per Thune's floor remarks and GOP strategy to maintain momentum. The House remains in recess, with Speaker Mike Johnson refusing to reconvene until the Senate acts, shifting blame to Democrats. No exact hour is confirmed, but votes typically occur mid-morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, after leader remarks. Very cool. What a huge waste of time. Why do we pay these people? Kobe Yessi letter. Leveraged equity ETF launches are skyrocketing. The number of leveraged equity ETFs just hit a record 701. This figure has doubled over the last 3 years. Year to date, 200 leveraged stock ETFs have launched, the most on record. In total, over 800 different ETFs have launched in 2025, surpassing the full year record set in 2024. As a result, the total number of US ETFs has exceeded 4,500 for the first time. Risk appetite is through the roof. Ladies and gentlemen, risk appetite is through the roof. Called it. Totally called it. Stock market concentration has reached 1800s levels. Information technology and communication stocks now reflect a record 45% of total U.S. market cap. This percentage has doubled over the last 10 years. Tech is now larger than energy and materials, which together accounted for 41% of the market at their 1950s peak. The last time any industry has such dominance was transport sector in the 1880s. In other words, the market is the least diversified in 140 years. Technology stocks effectively are the stock market. In my opinion, through my observation, my years of experience and study, it seems like it's a good time to buy stuff that isn't technology, that isn't information technology and communication. I'm just saying, because those things are being ignored and neglected right now. So it seems like a pretty decent sized opportunity to scoop some up. Next, we got alternative metrics showing U.S. inflation is rising. Inflation rose 2.6% year over year in September, the highest in 2 years, according to price stats data based on online retail prices. This marks the 5th consecutive monthly increase. The increase was driven by sharply higher prices for goods such as furniture and household equipment. Additionally, CPI for durable and personal goods jumped 0.6% month over month. Last month, the fastest monthly increase since June, Open Brand data shows. The surge was led by higher costs for personal care and products and communication devices. Price increases appear to be accelerating. Very cool. Don't you love that? That's what happens when they devalue the shit out of your dollar. Spot gold prices extended their decline over 6% on the day, now on track for the biggest daily decline since April 2013. The long overdue gold pullback has finally arrived. How has the market historically performed after hitting all-time highs? The S&P 500 has hit 90 all-time highs over the last 2 years. 57 records were reached in 2024 and 33 year-to-date. Since 1953, the index has returned an average of 1.6% over the next 3 months after hitting an all-time high. 6 months after hitting a record, the average return has averaged 4.1% positive. 1 year after, the S&P 500 has returned an average of 8.4% positive. History suggests more upside is ahead. Let's freaking go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an extension into 2026, if I do say so myself. Breaking, President Trump says he is expected to make a good deal when he meets with China's President Xi. The S&P 500 is now 20 points away from a record high. Unfortunately, that was 7 hours ago, and Trump has since changed his mind. China's rare earth exports dropped 31% month over month in September to 4,000 tons, the lowest since February. This marks the 3rd consecutive monthly decline. Year-to-date, exports have risen 13% year-over-year, but the data does not yet cover China's newly expanded export controls introduced last week. China is a key supplier of global rare earths, mining 70% and refining 91% of the global supply. 94% of rare earth magnets are produced in China, serving as key components in EVs, smartphones, and military systems and other high-tech industries. China's rare earth exports are crucial in global tech. This one was interesting to me. George also mentioned this. He watched a documentary. Apparently, the U.S. led in rare mineral exports up until like the 2000s, and then China just rapidly expanded and took over. John Gregory said, KDA closing operations. There goes my KDA holds. What? Is that a good short? Maybe we should take that. Whoa, that's crazy. Holy cow. They can just do that? Wow. That's actually insane. I feel bad for the people that hold, man. That makes me feel really bad. You gotta diversify. You gotta protect yourself, man. All right, next we got demand for tech stocks is exceptionally strong. Tech funds just posted a record weekly inflow of 10.4 billion. This follows 9.2 billion in the prior week, marking the largest 2-week inflow on record. This also marks the 4th consecutive weekly inflow. As a result, the 4-week moving average jumped to 5.2 billion, surpassing the previous all-time high of 4.8. Overall, the funds just have seen just 5 weeks of net outflows. Investor appetite for tech stocks is stronger than ever. Appetite for risk as well. China's debt bubble is expanding. China's total debt to GDP ratio reached a record 336% in Q2 2025. This figure has risen 78% points over the last 10 years. Non-financial corporates have the highest debt to GDP ratio of 142%, followed by the government at 93%. Government's percentage has more than doubled since 2015. Meanwhile, households and financial corporates carry debt to GDP ratios of 60% and 41% respectively. The world's second largest economy has never been this indebted. Whoa. John said, real small bag, but still, that sucks. That does suck, dude. Because there are people that have real big bags of that. Breaking, OpenAI is now the most valuable private company, valued at $500 billion. This is 3.5 times higher than Spotify. Market value of $144 billion and almost equal to Netflix's $520 billion. OpenAI estimates its annual revenue would reach $13 billion in 2025, 3.5 times higher than 2024. By comparison, Netflix and Spotify's annual sales are set to reach $45 billion and $17 billion respectively. Wow, that's actually crazy. Meanwhile, OpenAI's estimated subscriber count is 20 million compared to Netflix's 300 million and Spotify's 276 million. OpenAI has a lot to prove. I'm interested in knowing what Amazon Prime looks like because I pay for Prime Music. And it kind of feels like a meme. Mr. Brower said, sorry to hear that, John. Gregory, we all gamble now and again. We all definitely gamble for sure. This one was interesting to me. Cointelegraph posted exclusive spend your crypto on everyday things from pizza to plane tickets. Turn tokens into experiences with Cointelegraph gift cards. I was like, this is the first time I've actually seen this executed in a mainstream way. I would buy a Cointelegraph gift card for a family member or something. I also think that onboarding via gift cards is very smart. If somebody could take this and bring it to Coinbase and then just deposit the coins, I think that would be huge. So we're on the right track. CEA Industries has surpassed 500,000 BNB in holdings. Very cool. Bullish. The DeFi industry is not viewed with suspicion or scorn. Rather, today you are welcome to the conversation on the future of payments in the U.S., says Fed Governor Christopher Waller at the first Payments Innovation Conference. Very cool. What a guy. Crypto czar David Sachs will meet tomorrow with GOP members of the Senate Banking Committee to push for advancing market structure this year, per Eleanor Tourette. Very cool. Thank you. Gold just posted its steepest daily loss since August 2020, down roughly 5.5%. Dang. Galaxy Digital reported $505 million net income in Q3 with $3.2 billion in equity and $1.9 billion in cash and stables. Very cool. The insider whale who profited from last week's crash currently short $235 million with 10x leverage. That's probably Barron, and that's probably because of the Trump thing. That's actually really funny. Not financial advice, also parody. Don't sue me. Pump Fun retakes the lead from 4meme in daily token graduates. Cool, cool, cool. Brian Armstrong said Base is building private transactions following its Ironfish acquisition in March 2025. Very cool. Trump said new tariffs on China will rise to 155% effective November 1st. So he's really pushing to get a deal done. He said that 2 hours ago. That's probably why the market took a doo-doo. Stock Money Lizards posted, everyone says buy the dip until it actually dips. Then they panic. Just follow the data. It's not that hard. When Bitcoin is in a bull market, price above the yellow zone, pullbacks are buying opportunities. I made this simple indicator. Don't ask me for it. It's really simple. And it doesn't even matter what moving averages you use. For example, below the weekly EMA 50 and EMA 200 equals buy. Follow the data, not the emotion. He just said below the weekly 50 EMA. Isn't that the bull market support band? What? Okay, next we got these patterns repeat for reasons. Hope you didn't capitulate. It does actually look very, very similar to whatever that is. Expanded flat. Wow. So he's looking for like 100K Bitcoin. Interesting. Then we got Bitcoin can move so fast it usually kills you for months slowly until you lose all hope. And then it's boom. I actually agree. Seen it before. Looks like the gold Bitcoin rotation theory is true. Higher. This is actually crazy. We got gold taking a little dumperoony. Bitcoin taking a little pumperoony. Interesting stuff. This model says Bitcoin's fair value is at 194,000 by the end of the year. Is this realistic? I don't know. That would be pretty sick, though. I like the model. Gold investors rotating into Bitcoin in real time. We got a Bitcoin pump with a gold dump. Very interesting stuff. Peter Schiff is livid. He's actually disappeared entirely. Michael Saylor predicts Bitcoin will go up 30% per year for the next 20 years. 10K today equals 1.9 billion by 2045. 1.9 million? Whoa. Well, that's crazy. So if I put in 1K, I would have 190,000 by 2045. I like that too. Mustache posted, altcoins. Don't forget that altcoins are in a falling wedge that has been forming for more than 4 years. Big things are coming. We're still in accumulation phase. Nothing has changed. Don't let yourself be unsettled. Your biggest enemy is patience. Higher. My biggest enemy is definitely patience. That's for sure. And then Rec Fencer posted, this is the final shakeout for altcoins. Alts are more oversold than during the pandemic, FTX crash, and tariff war. No one believes anymore. This is exactly why the alt season is coming. I believe. And I hope that's true. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin currently trading at 108.309 and 7 cents. Waterfly said, okay, night JJ and all. Take it easy. Mr. Waterfly, I appreciate you. Good night. Cheers. Congratulations once again. Happy Tuesday, my friend. Okay. Let's see. News article. Okay, let's go through our portfolio update, ladies and gentlemen. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is currently down $293. We've got one asset in the green, the rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down $68. Aptos is down $47. Shib is down $35. Render is down $33. Property's down 32. Ondo is down 28. Near's down 27. Doge is down 20. ADA is down 17. And Sol is up 10. Good for Sol. Sol is actually carrying the entire portfolio. The Memecoin portfolio is currently down $359. None of these are in profit. Starting from the bottom, GigaChat is down $150. SNEK is down 80. Pepe is down 55. Whip is down 42. And Doge is down 35. Then we've got our narrative portfolio, my favorite, the most stable. Currently down $82. We have one asset in the green, the rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down $59. VeChain is down 38. Mana is down 17. Pepe is down 2. And Tau is up 30. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real-world asset coin, and one gaming coin. And it is absolutely killing it. And then last but not least, we have the perfect entry portfolio, which I will say, if you are building your own perfect entry portfolio, now is probably a perfect entry. Not financial advice. Something to keep in mind for sure. Okay. Perfect entry portfolio is currently down $170. So 17%. We've got two assets in the green, the rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Avalanche is down $44. Render is down $40. The Graph is down 31. Pith is down 29. Sui is down 20. Ondo's down 20. Crow is down 8. ETH is down 1. Sol is up 2. And Chainlink is up 16. Looking good. Chainlink still carrying the entire portfolio. Literally bought like the Pico bottom of Chainlink somehow because it's still super green in this portfolio. It's pretty sick actually. So that shows you the power of buying the lows, buying when everyone's fudding, when everyone's freaking out. I wanted to get back to the George thing. He was cracking me up today, dude. He was talking about people in his. He said there was one guy in his Discord that was just fudding like crazy, and he was like, he just wants to spread his misery, make people feel as bad as he does, and he probably sold. And I was like, damn, that's so true. People will sell, and then they'll FUD, and they'll try to get everybody else to join along. And if they do join along, then in the back of their head, they're like, okay, I don't feel bad for selling anymore. I feel vindicated. I'm glad I sold. Everyone else is bearish too. That way they have someone or something to push the blame on, just in case it was not the right time to sell. They can be like, well, it's not my fault. Everybody else was bearish as well. You know what I mean? It's plausible deniability. And then the other thing that cracked me up, oh yeah, he's like, people ask me all the time, they're like, where's it? Can I get that link? Yeah, it's in the description. It's always in the description. The same place that it's been for the past 6 years. I was like, oh shoot, George is throwing shade. Speaking of links in the description, if you guys want to sign up for an exchange, highly recommend any of the ones listed below. If you do sign up for Bitunix or Ourbit, treat it as gambling. Don't treat it as your primary. Not financial advice, of course, you do you, but it should be treated as a gamble, because you could just as easily lose all of your money. So I don't want to see anybody lose all of their money. But I guess we're going to call it probably. Bitcoin's chilling at 107, 108. It seems relatively stable. If it starts dropping pretty dramatically, I'll probably get back on, as always. You know, we get some extreme volatility, I will for sure hop back on, no matter what direction. So as always, guys, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Happy Tuesday. Smash the like button on your way out, and good night.